pop punk cover of Umbrella by Rihanna that is
Really?
absolutely so fun. I feel like it's going to be perfect to like go into the summer with. I'm super excited. And yeah, my goal is to, write an EP, have an EP come out. I mean, I don't want to say, but well, I got to set hard deadlines. Sometime in the fall, I will hope that I can get it together to have a full EP ready to go.
A pop punk version of Rihanna's Umbrella? I mean, sign me up.
It is honestly so fun, and I know I shouldn't be like braggadocious, but
Please be braggadocious.
It's the only thing that I'm being braggadocious about is that I had the idea. What made the song what it is the musicians that I work with who are so incredibly talented, and one of my guitar players, Federico Navarro, plays this solo at the end of this song that is to die for. And it was just such an amazing experience to come in as someone who I consider myself to be very musical. I'm a musical person. I'm a good singer. But I always hesitated about like, I don't know if I'd call myself a musician, because then you see these real musicians who are incredibly gifted in ways that you aren't. And listen, we all bring our strengths. I'm not putting myself down, but it was so humbling and exciting to get to watch these guys go like, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? Well, like this? Okay. And then it's like this solo. I'm like, how did it just come out of nowhere? Like, where is this? How does that come out of your brain? Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. It's like any kind of art, right? When you see something that's so far out of your kind of wheelhouse, it's just awesome. And then when it's also a part of something you're doing, it just elevates the entire thing. And what a true pleasure and honor that people are willing to lend their talents in that way.
How did you choose Rihanna's Umbrella out of all? I mean, it was the song of the summer. I don't remember which summer.
I think probably 10 years ago, probably when I was also doing Super Fun Night. Honestly, I don't know. It just came to me at one point and I was like, I think that's the one. I think that there's like, if you speed it up and you do it like, not crazy fast, but if you speed it up and you do it like pop punk style, I was like, I think there's something here. And honestly, I played it live when I played that show at the Peppermint Club recently. And like, that was the one where the audience like came to life. Like I was like, no, it was one of those nice moments where I was like, I was right.
Right, you're right.
I knew people would like this. I was right. And yeah, a lot of people after that show were like, that was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait.
Do you like a lot, like what, do you like any of the other female powerhouses, so to speak?
Of
like a
course.
Madonna, Beyonce, a Britney.
All of the above.
A Miley.
All of the above. All of the above. Love all of those women. In terms of like what one I would do next, I'm not 100% sure. I did throw around the idea of like a pop punk Halo by Beyonce, which I think could be really cool. I mean, but I'm not beginning to think that I have the vocal ability to do what she does in that song. But they're also iconic, and I think that there's like also like going back to like Dolly Parton, you know what I mean? There's so many amazing touchstones that are so inspiring and that I listen to all the time. I love all of them.
Should you do a pop punk version of 9 to 5?
I think that would be so
right?
fun. And it's so fun you bring that up because my new show, Not Dead Yet, we found out that the stages that we shoot on, 9 to 5, both the film and the TV series shot on those stages, which I was like, what amazing history. So then, because I am a psychopath, I put together like a video, like on my phone. I would be like, hey guys, can you just like humor me for a second? And I basically took the opening credits to the 9 to 5 TV series and I cut in footage of Hannah Simone, Gina Rodriguez, and I, and made it look like Not Dead Yet meets 9 to 5, and it was so fun. So it's so funny you bring that up because that song has been like so like a part of my life as of recent.
No, I need to see this Hannah Simone, Gina Rodriguez, and you in this.
Yes.
And did you did you figure out who was Dolly Parton, who was Jane Fonda? This is important.
I did it really quick. I was literally editing like between takes. And then I was like, by the end of like, by lunch, I had it done. I was like, you guys want to watch this? And they were like, how did you do this in this course? And I was like, I'm one of those people that, spoiler alert, if I get an idea and I really like the idea, it's like I obsess about that idea. I have ADHD, you know what I mean? So it's like I focus in and hyper focus, which I think in some ways is a wonderful tool to possess. Now, granted, there's also times where it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and you're like, put the guitar down, go to bed. But certainly that was a moment where I was like, no, I can see it in my head and I have to edit until it's done. I have to like see it through.
Wow. I wouldn't know how to do any of that. So I'm not so sure that that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was all on my phone. It was all just using like iMovie on my phone and different filters. And it turned out really well. It's on my socials somewhere. You can find it.
Do you think it's, we talked a little bit about this before. Do you think it's easier having, success as like an actress and a comedian and being on hit shows and now transitioning into music as well? Or do you think it's like a hindrance that people are like, wait, you look at people, first of all, Miley Cyrus, we're not saying Hannah Montana, Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars, even Taylor Momsen. I mean, for a lot of people out there, I'm not sure, she was on Gossip Girl, guys.
Yes.
Right? Pretty
totally.
Reckless is no joke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're doing, have you been met with that? Like, are you in that, or is it like you have these followers that, like you said, to get anyone to buy music, and that's actually a plus.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think part of what has held me back over the years was the fear of being like, oh, another actress wants to be a singer. Woof. Like, I think that was my perception, that people were going to think that it was like, that I was like a poser. I don't know. Am I 15 again? Like what a poser? You know what I mean? Like I had a real kind of concern that I was going to be met with kind of eye rolly, like, really, this is what, and by the way, when you turn 40, you start to not care about anything that anybody thinks or feels about you.
Totally.
So I was like, I'm just going to do it. And you know what's wild is that so far it has been literally the exact opposite. It has been people going like, how cool that she's doing this, how fun that she's doing this. And I've really been very kind of transparent that it's like, this has been a dream of mine since I was a kid. And I think people really have... A lot of people I will reach out on socials and say like, this is so inspiring to me that you're saying like, this is something I've always wanted to do. And now I'm in a position that I can, finance this myself and get to do it. And like, why not? Why wouldn't you? Why? Because people are going to think whatever they want to think. So it's funny because I really thought, especially other musicians, I was worried about like legit musicians being like, oh, no, we got another one. We got another Leto on our hands. But it really hasn't. I've met so many musicians recently who have been so lovely and supportive and like really want to talk to you about your music and what inspires you and your process and all of these things. And so it's been like really beautiful. It's been a really like, I really expected it to at least be mixed. And so far, knock wood, it has only been positive.
Well, I think because it's a real song and it's really good and people listen to it and you're like, oh, wow, it's so catchy.
Yeah, it's pretty catchy. I know.
Yeah,
and
no,
like
it's catchy.
Right? And so I think that's part of it too. There was some people that did say like, I was nervous. I didn't know what I was going to get. I didn't know what to expect. But it's like, oh, this is actually really fun, So yeah, I think that helps. And again, that I credit the amazing musicians that I work with. So...
And Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars. That was a full-time gig for a minute and a half.
Still,
yeah,
they just put out a new album,
exactly.
I believe. And I love that band. I think they're awesome. I've seen them in concert. Like, I'm a legit fan. So yeah, you can definitely, I think you can definitely do both. I think it was